Somebody pick a word. For number one should be illustrate. So there are 20. What word should I start with?
Eligible.
Eligible. Okay. So let's look at eligible. Does anybody know what it means?
Eligible, someone who completed the requirement for something.
Good. That's one good meaning of eligible. Somebody who completed whatever the requirements were to be certified, to be given a degree, to be allowed to buy a house, to whatever. Whatever there are rules about, anybody eligible has all the documentation that they need. Okay. Now, does anybody know any other situation in which we use that word? Yeah, go ahead.
Approve. Hello.
Anybody?
We'll use approve.
I'm still working on eligible.
Yes, I can give an example. For example, in the DV lottery, there are some countries who are eligible and others who are not eligible.
Okay. In the what?
DV lottery.
Oh, in the lottery. Okay. Yeah.
Yes.
For sure.
Can I give an example?
Okay, Syed, what?
Yeah, I think eligible means suitable.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, for example, Joe Biden is eligible president for United States, or is it correct or not? Just example.
Yeah. Anybody in the United States, if you want to be president, you have to be a certain age. I think it's 34 or something like that. And you have to be born in the United States. So those are two eligibility requirements.
If I say United States has many eligible candidates.
Yeah, millions. But personally, I think anybody who would want to be president is crazy, but maybe that's an eligibility requirement too. we got one who was crazy the last time. Okay. Okay. We also use it in regard to getting married. Somebody who looks really eligible, desirable in this case, to especially, for a man, they want a woman who is good looking and smart and whatever. Those are the eligibility requirements that every person has in them. And women, of course, look at, how well can men support a family and how, are they a good person? Although different people value different requirements. Okay, are there any other words that we make with eligible?
Acceptable.
There is like qualify.
Yes.
Acceptable.
Yep. Eligible is what part of speech?
A competent.
It's a what?
Competent.
I'm not
competent.
familiar with.
Competent.
Competent. Well, that sometimes. Yeah, I'm asking about the part of speech. In other words, is it a verb, a noun, an adjective, an adverb, preposition? What is it?
Adjective. An adjective.
An adjective. Good.
Yeah, Too. Eligible president.
Yes,
It's
an
it's,
adjective. You're right.
modified noun. It modified noun and pronoun. Yeah.
That's correct. Yes. Can you make a noun out of it?
Eligibility.
Very good. Yes. Yep. So it's actually not one word, but two, and 3 or 4 different meanings. And every word that they have in this list, the same thing is true. There are 1 or 2 or 3 words that make it different parts of speech. And there are going to be 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 different contexts in which it's used with slightly different meanings. So when we explore these words, do all of that, because it means that every word we study gives us 5 or 6. Hey, that's great. It's a list of 20 words times 5. It's a list of 100 words that you get for studying 20. That's a good use of time. Okay, good. Let's pick one more word here. Would like to choose one.
What do you think about number 4?
Number 4, pose.
Yeah.
Okay.
Pose. Yeah, this is a good one.
Okay, what does it mean?
Pose mean disadvantage of something.
To what?
Pose mean, oh, I'm sorry. Pose means stop something. Yeah, no. I lose.
I think was like confused.
Oh, little 4-letter word. Oh my gosh.
Pose means the ownership of something.
Pose means what?
The ownership of something.
Nope.
Oh, yeah. Pose mean like a possession of something. Yeah.
No.
I plan to pose my camera.
Yes. Okay. What
Pose
do you
means place something.
Place something. That is one meaning of it. Yes.
Pose means to put something in.
But that's not a very
one
common
direction.
To put something in a position.
That's yes. To put something in a position. Right. That's one meaning.
Like someone make
put something in one direction.
In one direction. That's also good.
Yeah. What else does it mean?
Meanings.
What do you do when somebody's taking a photograph of you?
We plan to pose.
You pose. That's right. You pose for the picture. What does that mean?
Pictures.
Yeah.
What do you do when you pose for a picture?
Pose or affection means to keep our pictures.
What?
Keep.
Well, no.
Oh.
What do you do when somebody says, okay? What do you do?
You are standing in a place and it asks you if you can turn right or left.
Yeah.
After you take the photo.
You position is a good word that's related to it. You position yourself.
Yes.
In a way that you think is going to make a good picture. So most people, when they pose, they want to look good. Some people want to make you laugh. So a pose can also be making a funny face. But posing means you position yourself to make a certain impression.
Posture, yeah.
You pose for a picture, you pose for a portrait, means to present yourself, in a certain way. And it also has a meaning of you're not being true to yourself. A pose generally means an identity that you want people to think about you. But You know, in other words, you want to make a good impression on other people. You want people to like you. You want people to think you look good. You want people to, you know, find you pleasing, and you know, getting dressed even and combing your hair and making sure your beard is exactly right. All of those are part of a pose.
Showing off.
Yeah, to present yourself, right. So people pose in all kinds of ways. And okay, so we are using it as a verb. It also means to bring up, to present to a group, to pose a question, or to pose a possibility, means to present it to a group verbally. What part of speech are we using pose as? Noun, verb, adjective, adverb, preposition.
Pose, I think pose is a verb.
A verb, yes. That's what
Yeah.
we're using it as.
Yeah, and if you want to change to noun, we should put s. Pose,
No.
yeah?
No? Nope.
Possession?
That is,
TION.
that seems like it's related, but it's not.
Yeah. I think possession is got from pose.
No, it's not from pose. They're from different words. If you look them up in the dictionary, you'll see that the two S's in possession
Yeah,
are significant in terms of the word they come from, what they're related to. So there's one S in pose, but it can be a noun as well as a verb. You can say, she posed for the picture, which is a verb, or you could say, she took a funny pose for the picture. What did I do to the word then? Is it still a verb?
No, in the first sentence it was a verb, but in the second I think it was a noun.
That's correct. If you put a or an or the in front of a word, you're making it into a noun.
If we put articles?
If we put articles, yes, and
yeah,
a pose.
it's changed to noun.
That's right. It says it's a noun. And
Yeah,
in this case, you don't have to change the word at all. You just put an article in front of it or an adjective.
Yeah, for example, if we say, I plan to make two sentences, one is verb and one is noun.
Okay.
For example, I plan to pose this screen.
Okay.
This is verb.
Yes.
Oh, what a good pose.
That's right. It becomes a noun.
It's exactly.
And that is very useful also for the test, to know like that. What part of speech is this word? What part of speech am I looking for? What part of speech is going to be the right answer for this question? I once passed a test in German when I was a student, just by, I had a little bit of German vocabulary, and I really knew the grammar of the language and how to tell what parts of speech words were. And based on that, I was able to guess enough right answers that I passed the test. So it can be very helpful in taking a test to, just know, okay, what part of speech is it? Because you can tell in a question sometimes what part of speech they're looking for. So that can be a useful piece of knowledge about a word that you've read. If it's used as a verb and they're looking for a noun, that's not the right answer. It's interesting what skills can help us to do a test really well. Okay, so we've done pose and we've done eligible, which means there are 18
Able.
words. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so why doesn't everybody in this group take 4 words? Can you do that? And you're going to be responsible for to the group for those 4 words. And I'm going to ask you to do with those words what we just did and post your answers on the WhatsApp TOEFL chat. Okay?
Yes.
Okay, so do you want to take 4 words in a row, or I'll call the number out and you say the word? You say,
Yeah.
I don't care.
Everyone can select the words, or
Yeah.
you
Well, I
use-
want to distribute them so
yeah.
that different people are doing different words, because one of the good things about a study group is that we can, everybody can help each other. You can, find answers for things and then share.
Yes.
So, who wants to take accept, revolve, excavate, tentative?
Accept number 2,
2, 3, 5, 6.
5, 6. Me, no problem.
Okay, Syed,
Yes.
your name is next to 2, 3, 5, and 6.
Yes.
Who's going to do 7, 8, 9, 10?
7, 8, 9, 10.
Okay, Assad.
Assad.
Yep, Assad has 7, 8, 9, 10. 11, 12, 13, 14.
I will
I'll
do, ma'am.
do. I'll do.
Okay, Shahzad. And 15, 16, 17, 18. I guess that's you, Abu. Is that okay? Abu? Hey, Abu, can you do that?
Abu, I think it's
Daydreaming.
yeah. We have Muhammad Idris. Yeah, teacher.
What?
Muhammad Idris.
I didn't understand.
Muhammad Idris can find these words.
Well, I wanted to spread it out. Abu, are you participating?
Yes, I'm participating. You can give me 4.
Okay, so you've got 15, 16, 17, and 18.
16, 17. Yes.
Okay?
Yes.
And let's do acknowledge right now, so nobody needs to do it. So what does it mean to acknowledge?
To recognize.
To recognize. Good. Excellent. So you acknowledge seeing somebody by saying hi. That is acknowledging somebody. What else does it mean?
Acknowledgements to say thank you to someone if he
Yes,
contributes
that's right.
something.
Very good. It can be to say thank you. You recognize that someone has done something that helped and
I
thank them.
think
Very
acknowledge
good.
means to approve something.
To
or to
what?
allow someone to do something. To approve something.
Approve something. Yes.
Yeah.
To like it, to acknowledge it. Good. To accept that it exists.
I think it's verb. It's verb. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
Admit. Admit.
okay. So what part of speech is to acknowledge?
Verb.
Verb, right? Can you make anything else out of it?
Acknowledgement is also noun.
Very good. Acknowledgement.
Acknowledgement.
Turns it into a noun. Yep, you got it.
Yeah.
So I appreciated the acknowledgement Put a the in front of it and you make it a noun. Okay, so we've got the 20 words accounted for one way or another. So now I'm going to play a TED Talk. Okay, this is a short TED Talk. It's 5 minutes. And what you need to do is figure out what is the main point that the speaker is making. What does the speaker want you to learn from this talk? And the second question is, and you having something to write with and piece of paper is helpful when you're listening so that you can write down these things as you become aware of them. The second thing is, what are the structural points? What are the ways or the reasons or the examples or, you know, the whatevers that the speaker is providing to convince you of the point they want to make? Does that make sense? Sayed,
Yeah.
this is what they talk about in that book on the skills you need for reading and writing.
Yes.
And,
Yes.
and,
yes.
and listening.
Yeah, I'm ready for this.
Yes. So
I'm
that-
also ready for this.
So this is a really important skill that they use over and over and over and over in the test. So just write down as you listen, and then we'll see if we can come to agreement. When you listen to a class presentation and the test is really about doing well in a classroom at a university. So the presentations they do in the test are similar to TED Talks. That's why I'm using. We'll also start doing some reading, and I will, as we go along, start teaching the skills for writing.